I'm Tracy Baxter with today's Record Newswatch. A woman was badly injured this morning when her car slammed into a concrete column at the main entrance to the Liberty Mall. Police think the vehicle got off Route 17 at exit 100 in Liberty at around 8:45 a.m. and traveled across Sullivan Avenue, crashing into the column. The victim, who was not immediately identified, was airlifted to Westchester Medical Center for treatment of critical injuries. An eyewitness in the building said the car, a Mazda 626, sped into the column without turning or braking. Her case has stirred emotions from animal lovers. Town of Wallkill resident Sylvia Panetta is awaiting court action on the animal cruelty charges she faces for alleged mistreatment of more than 70 rottweilers she was breeding that were removed from her Derby Road residence this spring. By failing to post a $60,000 bond, Panetta has apparently forfeited the right to regain ownership of the animals. Rescue volunteers told stories of maltreated and malnourished dogs on the premises. Panetta said if she did violate an order of protection by interfering with the Rottie rescue workers, it was because they weren't properly dealing with her dogs. Panetta has accused the town and police officers of breaking the law in her case. But the Rottweiler rescuers tell a different story of dogs malnourished and suffering from a variety of health problems. In the meantime, the dogs continue to be cared for in shelters and foster homes. Reporter Nathan Brown will have more on Panetta's side of the story, as well as an update on the case here at Record Online and in an upcoming edition of the Times-Herald Record. The city of Middletown has a new dog law on the books. The Common Council passed an ordinance that puts new restrictions on the owners of large breed dogs by requiring them to carry at least $100,000 worth of liability insurance. Landlords will be responsible for making certain their tenants' dogs are insured. Penalties include fines, and landlords could also lose their rental permits. Mayor Joseph DeStefano says the new law is needed since there have been more than 100 dog attacks in the city in the past 3 years, and he thinks if it works, the ordinance may be copied in other communities where pit bulls and other breeds have posed a danger.
All you need to do is walk around and see the problem, not only in Middletown, but almost anywhere. And my prediction is if it's successful here, it will be replicated in other small cities and in other urban settings, because it's becoming a problem with irresponsible dog owners. And I know you can't blame the dog, but and we're not blaming the dog here. We're blaming the person and holding the dog owner responsible and accountable for the dog's actions. And that's the purpose of this whole thing.
Ironically, earlier Tuesday, a 32-year-old Middletown woman was seriously hurt when the pit bull she owns attacked her outside her residence. The numbers tell a sobering story. Unemployment rates in our region rose to their highest level for a month of June since at least 1990. The jobless rate was 8.8% in Orange County, up from 7.9% last June. In Ulster County, the unemployment rate was 9.1%, up almost a full percent from a year earlier. And in Sullivan County, the jobless rate rose to 9.8% last month. It was 8.7% in June of 2011. It was the second month in a row that unemployment numbers rose to their highest year-to-year level in at least 22 years. Labor Department analysts attribute the high unemployment rates to more job seekers entering the labor market after months of not actively looking for work. Friday, July 13th turned out to be an unlucky day for Martin Knowles and his family. That's when they suffered the first in a series of bear invasions at their Shale Drive home in, appropriately enough, the community of Bearsville. On several occasions, family members returned to discover that bears had broken into their home, ransacking rooms and damaging belongings.
This screen was ripped off of here too, and they, I don't know what they're thinking. They break pieces off, bite in, small teeth marks here. Yeah.
During one visit, a bear defecated on a child's bed. DEC wildlife specialists were called in, and while they were able to trap a cub, they missed in their attempts to shoot mama bear. The course of action taken when nuisance bears begin to pose potential danger to humans. The cub was later released. The bears haven't revisited the Knowles home in the past week. Martin says he hopes they were sufficiently spooked by the shots fired and won't return. And they sure looked real. The pair of alligators seen floating around one of the ponds at the Shrine of Mount Carmel grounds off Wawayanda Avenue in Middletown earlier today. People strolling the area alerted the Times-Herald Record as well as the DEC to the sight of what looked like real alligators patrolling the pond. Gators turned out to be either plastic or rubber, and there was initial speculation that they may have been put there as a deterrent against the hordes of geese or fish-eating herons. But a groundskeeper told us that he had no idea where the fake gators came from, fueling speculation that they could be the work of a prankster. We'll keep you updated right here at Record Online. Well, after a one-day break, higher levels of humidity will return to our region. Thursday's weather will feature more humidity and the chance of late-day thunderstorms. The highs will be in the upper 80s. Pretty much the same story for Friday, with temperatures reaching the mid-80s under a partly sunny sky with more thunderstorms likely. Anywhere news breaks, you will find it right here at Record Online. And stay on top of all that's happening by reading tomorrow's edition of the Times-Herald Record. For Record Newswatch, I'm Tracy Baxter.